It was all by trial and error. I knew nobody. No, I have never had no mentors. Man, I never even knew anybody that did what I did. I had no, and so it was a school of hard knocks. Everything was a struggle. I couldn't afford to hire people to work on my properties because money was tight. So I started learning how to do carpentry, plumbing, a little bit of electrical work, roofing, siding, put in windows, flooring. I see that these guys say, "Well, you just pay somebody to do it." Well, what if you ain't got the money to pay somebody to do it? What do you do then? I mean, that's how I was. I started from nothing.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. Today's guest, Tim Savage, is a single-family investor based out of North Carolina. Tim, welcome to the show. It's great to have you on here, Tim. I've had quite a few guests from the Carolinas. I was mentioning before hopping on here that I really think it's a hotbed of real estate. If you haven't looked at the Carolinas and you're listening to this podcast, take a look at them. There's really some great opportunities out there. Before we get into the Carolinas and talking about regionally what it's like to do business out there, I do want to ask you how you got into real estate. What was your entry point into the real estate space?
Well, I was in the Air Force, and I joined the Air Force when I was 20, and I worked the third shift and on a pediatric ward. I was a med tech. And so at night, I'd go in one of the rooms and watch these late night real estate Carlton sheets. That's how I got started. And I'd watch them every night. And I'm like, man, one day that's what I want to do. I want to be in real estate. And that's kind of my first taste of real estate right there.
Was this early 2000s?
No, this was 1984.
84. I've had a couple people from the podcast mention the Carlton sheets. So he's brought a lot of people into the real estate space. Do you remember your first deal as an investor?
Yeah. So after I got out of the Air Force, and then I did some other things, and then I was selling cars and at a dealership, and I was 31 years old, and I was thinking to myself, man, I have no 401k, I have no retirement, no nothing. Who in the world can live off of Social Security? So at I say at early age, I was 31 years old. I said, well, I wanted to start buying some property, and I bought my first property at 31, $35,000. I still own that property, and I don't get rid of much. I usually keep everything. So that was my first property, and then I would just buy one, fix it up, rent it out, save a little bit of money, and the next year I'd buy one or two more. Next year I'd buy one or two more.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
You mentioned getting out of the Air Force and realizing, hey, I've got to find a way to, create wealth for myself.
Yeah.
Did you know based off, Carlton Sheets that this was going to be your passion for the next foreseeable future, or what was your sentiment like, after you had done that first deal?
Yeah, well, after I'd done my first deal, I think it's just one of those things that, it was after I'd done my first deal, it's like I always wanted to do it. And I guess it was just in me. I don't know what makes people start something and they keep going and they keep going and they keep going during the hard times, the good times, the bad times, and they keep going. And then that was me. It was very difficult for me. Honestly. You talking about rental property, and I was lucky to net $100 off of one rental property. This is a long. People think well, you get a rental property and you make all this money, but unless you're flipping it, you're looking at 15 years. I knew it was going to be 15 years, but I started adding up. I said, well, I could retire by the time I'm 50 if my goal was to get 10 and make $4,000 a month. That was my goal. And which I've reached that. I've got 45 rental properties and I'm just kind of continuing to add on to that. It does take more than 10 properties though to make a living though, unless they're all paid for.
I want to ask you about those early deals, but then also if your buy strategy changed over the years. It sounds like everything was buy and hold for the most part. Did you have
Yeah.
any experience flipping homes, or did you hold on to everything?
Okay, so for the first 15 years, I just bought and hold, bought and hold. And so but then I was like, man, I've been struggling for 15 years, like just, paying the bills or whatever, but I'm not this rich millionaire that I keep reading about on these kind of things like this
Sure.
right here. I'm like, there's got to be something else. So I started flipping properties 5 years ago. And my goal was to flip 12 properties a year. And I see a lot of people on here or whatever that do much more than that. I'm doing 7 a year. I'm flipping 7 years. So, but it takes me longer than it does these others. I don't know how these people can flip properties so quickly. I have no idea because I get in there and I work 6 days a week. I hire crews out. I sub stuff out, but I still can't get nothing done or more quicker than 3 months, no matter what. Then you got to sell it after
That's
that.
right.
So I don't know how they do it. I'm doing the best I can. I flip about 7 a year, and I take that. So what I've done is I said, well, the rental probably take care of itself. I'll do some flips, and then with the cash I make, I try to make about $50,000 a flip. That's what my goal is. It used to be 25,000. I bumped it to 50,000. Just looking for better deals. Then I'll take that money and use it as a down payment to get a hard money loan. I use hard money loans to get a lot of my real estate. Some I pay cash for if they're cheap enough.
Did you have a background at all? Or did you have friends, family who were contractors? How did you, learn to effectively flip these homes?
It was all by trial and error. I knew nobody. No, I have never had no mentors. I never even knew anybody that did what I did. And I had no, and so it was a school of hard knocks. Everything was a struggle. I couldn't afford to hire people to work on my properties because money was tight. So I started learning how to do carpentry, plumbing, a little bit of electrical work, roofing, siding, put in windows, flooring. Because I really, I see these guys say, well, you just pay somebody to do it. Well, what if you ain't got the money to pay somebody to do it? What do you do then? That's how I was. I started from nothing. And then I thought, man, I'd love to have when I was growing up, didn't really have mentors. A few, you might hear about it every once in a while, but, and then I said, man, I'd like to have one, but it was like 5,000, 10,000,
Yeah.
20,000. I ain't even got $1,000 in the bank. How am I going to get a mentor? So it was school of hard knocks.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
I want to ask you, when you're looking at these flips, I know that was the space that I was involved in as a wholesaler in Texas. There's a higher degree of risk, I would say, because you could, take down a wall and now you have another issue. You could take up the subfloor, and now you're looking at foundation issues. So you do have to manage risk in that regard. Do you have a specific buy box or area that you were specifically looking at? Are you very much privy, for instance, to a certain area in North Carolina? How do you approach these deals?
Well, the way I look at it is, if I can't buy them, I probably do it a whole lot different than a lot of people. I'll go in and look at the house, but I've been doing it for a long time. And, it used to take me about 25,000 to fix up one. Then I went to about 50,000. Now I spend usually 100,000 plus fixing up one. So, and because most of the stuff I buy is, most people wouldn't buy it, on the retail side because it just has too many issues. You got floors sagging, roofs not right, foundation cracks and stuff like that. So I'm like, it's gonna probably take me 125,000, but I just back out the numbers, like if I'm gonna, I got four right now that I'm working on. I got two contracts that right now, and I'm finishing up a fourth one right now. But I just look at the numbers and back those numbers up to where if everything goes wrong, I still won't lose money. If everything
Still,
goes wrong, I'm still will not lose money. I have never once lost any money on any deal ever in 30 years. Not one time. I broke
that is
even.
incredible. That's a claim I don't know any other guest on the show that I've had who's been active as long or even half as long can make. I want to ask you a follow-up question to that. When you talk about not losing money on deals, how are you finding these deals? Because I'm imagining you have to pass on a lot of deals as well. Are you finding these deals off market? Are you going on market? Do you have relationships with realtors, wholesalers? Are you finding them yourself?
Um, well, I hustle. That's a big part of it. But I've only bought like maybe one or two, maybe three. That was only MLS. Very, very rarely will I ever buy one that's already for sale or anything like that. It's usually, now I've been in long enough. Now it's kind of like word of mouth. They'll say, "Hey, well, such and such Tim, yeah, he buys houses like this. They call him. And they'll call me. So I get most of my deals by word of mouth. But I'm looking all the time. I mean, I'm looking at houses all the time, whether it's tax foreclosures or bank foreclosures, auctions, just anywhere and everywhere. I do put signs out. Um, anybody I talk to, I give them a card. I'm pretty active. You got to be a little bit of a salesman, too.
I mean, you have to put yourself out there. You mentioned all the ways that you're doing it. I look at it as it's like death by a thousand paper cuts. It's not like the one is going to make a sizable difference. But in totality, you've got signs, you're going to the auctions, you've got connections with folks. They know that you bought certain deals in the past. You've also got people that you may maybe previously bought from, and they might refer you to someone they know going through a similar situation. It all adds up.
It does. It does.
I do want to ask you specifically about being in real estate for so long, right? You talked 30 years. You mentioned, first 15, you were buying and holding, you got into fix and flip. Have there been any other significant turning points or pivot points in your business? And what could you attribute that to?
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Well, like right now, so I bought the rentals, I've done the flips, but I still think these flips are very difficult because it's hard to find good workers. That's my biggest issue is find good workers. Everybody says they can do it. Everybody says they can put down floors, do sheet rock, paint. But honestly, most of the people I've hired, I've had to fire. I go through a lot of people who says they can do stuff but really can't. But now I'm thinking, well, I'd like to get into multifamily. I did buy an 18 unit little apartment house. It used to be like a where everybody just lived in one big house, but that's kind of got turned into little apartments. Everybody has their own bathroom and stuff like that. I bought it cheap. I bought it for $35,000 here in Lexington. Um, but I'm wanting to get into where I fix these up and rent them out and start. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing some new stuff. I don't have a general contractor's license, which I know, you can get a general contractor to do it for you. I wouldn't mind doing some apartments and some maybe a couple more duplexes. And I like to go bigger, if I could.
I want to ask you about you mentioned some of these other deals, right? Whether it's small multifamily, apartment complexes. What's your perspective on flippers right now getting into development and ground up construction? It is a little bit trickier to flip in the last, year than it was 5 years ago, right? So have you noticed this trend out there as well that more flippers may be, dipping their toes in the water of development?
Yeah. Uh, the new construction has really gone up here in the Lexington area. I'm seeing more and more new construction. And a little less rehabbing. Uh, and which I think I understand that a little bit because the rents have gone up. So when the rents go up, if you build something and you got a positive cash flow, then that's great. See, it used to not really be that way. You build a new house and you're going to be losing money if you rent it out. And I think that's why everybody kind of went and started rehabbing. But now, like for me, our area was stagnant for 20 years. I was renting the same place out for about 20 years for $450 a month here. And then 5 years, all of a sudden it changed. So in 5 years, I went from 450 to 850. So that's helped me. That's helped me a lot, doing that. But I think things are heading more toward new construction than they used to be. And I'd like to get in some of that.
It's definitely an interesting shift to see. Like I mentioned, I've seen a lot of flippers right now moving from the rehabbing space into development and ground up construction. We are coming up on time here, Tim. Where can folks go to reach out to you? How can folks get in contact with you?
Well, like I say, my name's Tim Savage, and I do have a website, savagepropertiesllc.com. My you can email me at Suki97 at AOL.com. That's SOUKIE 97 at AOL.com. You can email me there, but I'd love to get some more contact with other people, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And they can
Tim,
call me too at 336-240-8535. Give out all my information. I ain't got nothing to hide.
Tim, I appreciate you coming on the show today. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, you too, Dylan. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.